quick little flip project. I picked these up on OfferUp for $65 for the pair. The tweeters ended up being dead. I am going to search on eBay to see if I can just find a replacement. That's the easiest way to do it. My other thought is what I've done with several, I mean, not that Polk is high-end, but in several other occasions, this is just a car tweeter. And so if you look on the back, it's just a Neo tweeter that they've basically glued to the back of this flange. So you can do the same thing. You can pull that off and then put on your own tweeter. Now, this looks like about maybe a 3/4 inch tweeter, which I do have from Diamond Audio, which is also 8 ohm. So worst case is I scrape this off and then put on a diamond tweeter and then hook it up and it's good. But I'm going to check on online to see if I can find a replacement. That's the only thing wrong with these. And then I should be able to flip them for about at least double that, if not about 150 bucks. The other project I got was, where is it at? Oh, it's over here. It was a Polk Audio 10-inch ported box for home audio. And the guy had listed it about 2 or 3 weeks ago for 40 bucks. Nobody was taken. I didn't want to super lowball him. So I offered him 30 and he's like, sure. So we met at a coffee shop, brought it home, tested it, works great. So this I want to use actually for car audio. I think it's more valuable in car audio. So what I'm going to do is take this plate amp off. Inside, it's going to tell me either on the back of the subwoofer that it's a 4 ohm load or I just measure whatever it is. And then I'm going to put a piece of wood over the back and then I'll package it up with an amp and a wire kit and it'll be used for car audio. So it's actually really good for that. And then that way I have this left over, this plate amp, which is worth at least $40, if not more, depending on how I apply it. And it's just a real simple moneymaker that you guys can do yourself. They're not always like this. Just right now, the audio market is real soft. It's real flooded. Anybody that has really high performance stuff has high performance stuff. They don't want anything mid-grade. This was probably purchased through like a big box store, and that market just doesn't exist anymore. People either have stuff or the market is flooded with affordable stuff. Like, again, I picked this up for 30 bucks. So if you're looking for a home subwoofer to replace your, whatever, and this is as good as Pinnacle or any of the other, those are big box, higher brand, which really just means more expensive stuff. But what was it? It's just a good little moneymaker that you can get when you find something at either at a garage sale or at a swap meet or Goodwill or thrift store, something like that. So I wanted to show this one off too. This one is one of the Sunfire. This was actually Sunfire steel from TC Sounds. And then I replaced it with some bigger slugs, triple slugs. And then what I should have done was had the top milled to accept a larger coil, but it didn't. So I ended up using one of the 60 millimeter tall, what were we calling the Cylon coils. But I had to take off 2 layers. So it's a single 2 ohm. I'll probably sell it for real cheap, probably like 200 bucks, just to move it out, because just single 2 ohm on a woofer is not very popular, unless of course you pair it up with something like from Kicker, Alpine, even a 2 ohm amp from Rockford, or not Rockwood, yeah, Rockwood. Is that Rockwood? Rockville. Fuck, they all sound the same to me. Anyways, yeah, 200 bucks for this guy. It's pretty beefy, but it's not, it didn't turn out the way that I wanted it to. I don't know. It's still awesome. It's just not my favorite turd. So, but I also want to do teal small parameters on these. These are one of my favorite subs. They're really, really good for home audio. Like for home theater, this is a phenomenal sub. It'll provide you a lot of bass, especially in like a ported box or some sort of modified end table or coffee table, something like that. And they're really, really cheap. You can pick them up for anywhere. I picked up this one for 30 bucks used online. They got a rubber surround polycone. Yes, they are pentagon shaped. It's kind of weird, but that doesn't really affect anything. And you can actually go back and recone these several times because they use pretty standard parts. So I picked up this one and a pair of red ones in a box. So, and of course they do okay in a ported box, or in a sealed box. They're over here. They do okay in a sealed box, but they do better in a ported, large ported. So, but I'll do teal small parameters and basically a short review on them to show you guys the treat that is Sony Xplod. So I really like the brand, not retail, okay? I'm not going to go buy it in the store, buy it at Walmart or whatever, because it's too expensive. What it's really good for is for flipping and for reselling, and also for consumption, for your own consumption as a learned, what's known as a prosumer, right? You're a professional consumer. Somebody that uses it to make money or uses it to support their own lifestyle, something like that. So, but also I picked up this one for pretty cheap. I'll be flipping this one. This is a W1. It's, you know, of course, jail's not my favorite, but it resells for really well. So if you can find a good deal on this one, I think I picked this one up with the box for only 40 bucks. Let's see, and then I'll flip it with a box. Like I'll put it in a porta box with an amp, and I'll flip it for just under 200 bucks. So you guys can do this all day long. So there's all kinds of deals that you can keep. Of course, me, I really shouldn't take on more projects, but you know, when I'm pooping, I got little time on my hands, and rather than just read the news, I look for deals. And so this is what I do, and this is what got me all of this stuff. So I love you guys. Keep flipping. Oh yeah, this was the other one. This one got donated. You guys like, oh, it doesn't work. I hooked it up. It works fine. So I'm like, I'll give him a call back and let him know it works. But you know, and then maybe he can use it for like home audio, even though it's a car. It's meant for car. So, but yeah, a lot of these cheapy. I don't want to say cheapy. Not very high performance car audio subs work really well for home audio. And again, the sub doesn't know what environment it's in. It just knows that it needs a certain size box to perform a certain way. And then you apply power, presto, that's it. So anyways, I love you guys. Keep on flipping in the free world.